Hey guys, and welcome to the game. Today, we're playing Pictionary. Last time we played this on a whiteboard, but today, we're using Play-Doh. Let's go! All right, so you know the rules. I'm gonna make something, and then you guys have to guess it. We should have some background music. Rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say rejoice. I love a bit of Colin Buchanan. Do you like Colin Buchanan? Ten, 9, 8. God is great. 7, 6, 5. God's alive. 4, 3, 2, 1. He's the King of everyone. God's the mighty, mighty Lord of all. All right, who can guess what that is? That's right, it's a flower. Who got that one right? All right, round 2. Ooh, what am I gonna make this time? I might make it a bit harder for you. Guys, do you know that we're now in the, what's it called? The season of spring. So you're gonna get lots of flowers out, and there's gonna be sun, and we look forward to summer that follows. All right. Who can guess what that is? That's right, it's a car. Who got that one right? Well, thanks for playing, guys. That was awesome. I had lots of fun. I hope you did. We'll see you next week.
Hello, boys and girls. This term we've been learning about Moses. He was just an ordinary man, a normal person like you and me, but God used him to do amazing things because he was strong and courageous. Moses trusted God and never gave up, even when things were hard. But when tough times come our way, it's not always easy to be strong and courageous, or to trust God and persevere. Sometimes we might feel like this little lump of clay. When bad times come, do you sink? Uh-oh. Maybe Susie is finding it hard to finish her science project before the due date. Nothing seems to make sense, and she feels like giving up. Besides, she'll probably get a bad mark anyway. Uh-oh. Or maybe Peter is struggling to do the right thing when all of his friends are breaking the rules. They skip school, they hang out in the park instead. Peter feels like just giving up and following his friends. It's too hard to do the right thing and be alone. When problems come, it's easy to feel discouraged and frustrated. It's easy to sink into worry and fear. But this isn't God's best for you. Listen to what the Bible says. Even youths grow tired and weary, and young men stumble and fall. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. Isaiah 40, verse 30 to 31. We need to persevere. Bad times will come and try and sink us. We will be tempted to give up, but with God's help, we can be just like this little pom-pom. We pop right back up again. When school is hard, even with our friends pressuring us to do what is wrong, we must keep doing what is right and not give up. We must put our hope in the Lord. This is what makes us strong and courageous. This is what makes us like Moses and Joshua. People who use God can do mighty things. So let's open up our Bibles to Joshua 6 because it's time for our Bible lesson.
Last week, we saw that God's people had finally come to their new home in the land of Canaan. But what happened when the 12 spies went to check it out? 10 of the spies came back terrified because of the giant people living in the land. They felt like grasshoppers compared to them, and so they did not enter the promised land. But there were 2 men who trusted God. Can you remember their names? Joshua and Caleb. 40 more years passed, and by this time Moses had died, and Joshua was the new leader of God's people. He was the one who God would use to bring the Israelites back to their new home. Jericho was a big city with big walls. The Israelites could not climb over it, and they couldn't dig under it. They couldn't get in at all. It was impossible, unless they had God's help. So, what did God tell his people to do? He told them they had to walk around the wall for 7 days. And then, on the last day, they walked 7 times and made lots of noise and shouts with trumpets. It must have seemed like a strange thing to do. The people might have been tired, their feet might have been sore, the sun might have been really hot, but they kept walking. They didn't give up because they knew that impossible things become possible with God. What impossible things are you facing at the moment? Is it a friend that doesn't believe in Jesus and the chances of them becoming Christian seems impossible? Is it a subject at school that seems impossible to understand? Maybe your home at the moment is sad or a hard place and your family needs God to do the impossible and fix things. The Bible says, with man this is impossible, but with God all things are possible. Matthew 19 verse 26. The people marched and the walls fell. This is impossible, but not for God. With him, all things are possible.